You want to see something spooky for Halloween? That is a yellowjacket ground nest, and I am a retarded autist. Because it is cold and it has been raining for a while, I decided, hey, I don't hear any activity from there. I'll just open it up and see what's going on. Just by the way, don't do that, because then the adults that remain will try to kill you. Thankfully, most of the adults that remain are all queens, so they're big and slow, and they're not very good at latching and biting and fighting. So, still a bad idea. Don't do it. Haven't gotten stung yet, but don't do it. Alright, so the next day, I've dug up this nest. There are still lots of individuals. I fully removed it. This nest has been dead for a while, but none of the yellowjackets know it yet. I mean, I think they're starting to wake up to it. There's a lot of very large adults and queens, but what there's even more of is death and decay. I don't know if you can see that, but all in there around the rocks that they hollowed out at the bottom, it's all a bunch of mold and fungus, and you can see that extends to all of these cells. They're moldy. The nest has gone rotten. You can see the rot in this area here especially. Yeah, none of them are gonna make it. And the mold has gone a fair way down, or I guess up the nest as well, because the nest was in the ground like that. So when I removed it, this part was down. You can see nothing's alive down here at this bottom layer. Everything's dead. Some of the queen cells, some of them are poking their heads up, but it's not. Yeah, this nest was already dead. I mean, you can just see the mass of dead bodies in the bottom here. I did apply some spray to the entrance, but that's not what caused this. This has been going on for a long time. You can see there's like dead larvae and tons of dead adults down there in the bottom. So it was really the water that got into the soil that killed this nest. Wasn't me. Wasn't anything I did. It smells something awful too. You can see how it sort of caked up, that same death is kind of caked up around the envelope here. Real nasty. I kind of regret removing this. I think it probably should have stayed buried. Anyway, probably not. I was thinking I was gonna, clean up the nest and like display it or something, because it's kind of big. It's cool. It's about the size of a. Here's my hand here next to it. All right, so it's about, it's a fairly large. I zoom out all the way. Excuse me. So you can see the nest here, and then there's my hand next to it for reference. All right, so it's fairly large. It's about the size of like well, it's bigger than a softball. Maybe like a small, like a kid's basketball or something. I don't know. It's not very big, but it's bigger than I'm used to, so that's pretty cool. but that rot and decay is not cool. That's going to smell real bad. So, yep. Plenty of queens, and a lot of them have decided to go off and leave. Good for them. But I'm going to get out of this area because it really smells nasty.